I book like shoots, I'm always like, it's gonna be whatever.
Yeah, like you go in with an open mind.
Show up, and it may take us 15 minutes, it may take us 2 hours. You know what I mean? Like, and like for me, it's like I'm to the point where it's like people who work with me, like I communicate that straight up. Where it's like, we're creating. Yeah, like this is an environment of pure creation.
Yep.
So like, get ready.
You get the best results that way too when you just show up with the clean slate, clean canvas, and like, all right, let's build.
Okay, cool. I was like, you're starting. You got it.
Yeah, we're recording.
Dude, when did like I don't like I'm kind of colorblind. I probably shouldn't be saying this, but when did the purple hit? Because like I swear I watch it every day, and I
like 2 weeks ago.
Get out, dude! I'm out.
2 weeks ago.
She just redid it the other day because it started to like fade, and her hands were all purple.
Is that semi-permanent or is it like permanent?
Semi-permanent.
Okay.
Yeah. So I have like dye at home that every week or so I'll go in and retouch it up, but I needed a little edge to it. Okay, yeah. I'm an edgy person.
I dig it,
bro. You know what just popped up in my head? I think it was Josh's podcast where you wore the hat with the dress.
Oh, what was it? I think
it was Josh's podcast.
I don't think I had a shirt on.
Yeah.
At the end, I just take off the wig.
Yeah.
And like the mic's not even working. Dude. Like I was gonna do some outlandish shit for this one, but I was like, no, Sam. You respect these guys. Not that I don't respect Josh, but I have a certain level with Josh.
Comfortability.
Yeah, where I can just we don't need the green room time. Yeah. We don't need the disarming time. I just show up in a wig and a while out. That's all I need to do. Like,
bro, that's one thing about Cham. Like everything he does is super memorable, man.
Yeah,
like crazy.
It really is. Crazy. Welcome.
Yeah,
everyone.
Welcome to the People Being People podcast, everyone. With Mona and Tyler and Mona. This is a podcast where we talk real life situations, entrepreneurship, fashion, all of that good stuff. And I'm so happy to have. We're gonna get into that in a second.
Roll the intro.
Make your Monday great. Go out there and make it a great week, everyone. People being people. Self-love isn't an easy journey.
Especially when you came from a really broken place inside of you.
It's an everyday choice. Oh man,
this podcast is going to be amazing.
It is, because we got the one and only Cham on the podcast today. Yes, sir.
Dude, my posture is so good. My posture is so good because this mic can't get any lower. I look like a default 3D model. I'm in the T pose over here, guys. You know what
we
I'm
need
saying?
to get you. You need to start rapping, okay?
Boom. Oh, dude, yeah, I'm freestyling right
bars.
now. I'm sitting here awake, about to bake a cake. Last night it rained so much, there's a lake.
Yes, sir.
Straight up. Okay, enough with the sound effects.
I love the sound.
I had to hype my man's up. I had to hype my man's up.
What is up?
I know. Welcome. Welcome to the People Being People podcast.
You guys ready for a 6hour episode?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's
go. We
It's
gotta
been
be
a
done by
while.
2:30 though, because we gotta go pick up the kiddo.
It's been a while though. Like ever since everything started last year and everything. I haven't seen you in a while, man.
Dude, you know what?
I miss you, man.
I've been super low key, and I've been like focusing on my health. Yeah, and it's so dope that I'm on this podcast because like y'all guys' whole thing is like self-love and mental health.
Yeah.
I never did that. You know, like I was always like with you guys, surround me, like around you guys in the periphery. Like, I'm about that. Yeah. I fuck with self-love, but like I wasn't really doing it. I wasn't doing it, and like. It was crazy because like you guys met me at my emptiest. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people who like met me in the last couple of years when I was running Kaizen, doing all that stuff. Dude, I was on E. I was empty. Yeah.
You seem so ambitious though, and like so.
Yeah, like your energy, like even at that time though, like I found that really interesting because every time I saw you, it was always smiles, good energy, that sort of stuff. And it's kind of crazy to hear you were battling with that.
Yeah, dude. Like when this last year I've been focused on my health. So like the biggest thing I've been doing is like just like it's been weird. It's been really weird because like even thinking about it now is really strange because like I spent my whole life, guys, being a social person and like going out as much as possible, taking photos, going to every single event, trying to be funny, you know, trying to fit in and like just trying to prove to the community that I was part of it and that I supported it and I loved it. And like, you know, like I did that my whole life. And then last year, like with the pandemic and like me getting really sick and like I got super sick, guys. Like super duper sick.
It took you out. Is that when you realized?
Yeah, dude. Like there was a point where I was like, dude, I might die. You know what I mean? Like there's a point where I was like, yo, I'm gonna die if I keep doing this unhealthy stuff that I'm doing. So like I like, you know, I shut down the studio. I stopped freelancing. I changed my diet completely. I'm plant-based.
So even your food, you really
and like so like everything has changed in my life so much in like a year, and like it's crazy because like everyone, like all my friends were like, "Dude, Sam, you don't have to prove to people that that's anything. They're like, you don't have to prove anything." And like that was the hardest thing to get through my head. I was like, if I'm not out here putting out photos, if I'm not here putting out videos, I'm not, you know, like if I'm not constantly dumping stuff into the world, I didn't feel like I existed. You put your worth all into your work and not into yourself. And that's a lot of the times, that's when mistakes start to happen. Like, people just are so fixated on their work and their talent that they forget about themselves and their health. And
and I'm gonna bring this up too. Like I said, everything you do is memorable. Think about this. When's the last time we seen Kendrick Lamar?
A hot minute.
What, like 4 years?
But is he still Kendrick though?
Yeah.
So I mean, that's how I view you.
I can't. Wow, dude.
Yeah, like you're so in it though with your passion. You know what I mean? From the Snapchats we get from you, from seeing the things that you put out, your energy, you're really invested in this. And a few episodes back, we talked about like people like Kobe Bryant, Michael Jackson, Michael Jordan, you know, and how there was some sort of obsession with their gift, with their talent, the thing that they did. And that's one thing I noticed about you is that you're so in it. You're so passionate about what you do, and you put the work in, and you have a gift when it comes to it. You have the eye. You know, when it comes to it. I'm gonna be like Jay-Z, Hova. it's a gift and a curse though. Like it truly is. You guys know, cause like for me, if I'm not creating, if this brain ain't working, if these hands aren't moving, I'm fighting myself. It's I can relate.
You know what I mean? It's self-destructive. Cause like I can't let this run. You know what I mean? Like this is something where I need to constantly feed it and tame it. And manage it and wrangle it because like if I don't, if there's nothing for me to process, it gets self-destructive.
You go off
so
the deep
fast.
end. So this past year with self-love, how has it been though? Like what have you learned about yourself when it comes to focusing on you and only you?
I think the craziest part was like, you know, with the lockdown and everything, and like at the same time, it's like closing down the studio, like, you know, in the same period of time, like I stopped seeing the people I was in the studio with every day. So like,
how did that feel?
Like my core group of people that I spent most of the time with every day, like there's 3 of them, you know what I mean? Like there's Ryan, there's Vince, and there's Jordan. Those were the boys. That was the Kaizen boys, you know what I mean? And going from seeing them every day to not seeing them at all was probably the hardest thing. But honestly, like I learned 3D. Like this is the craziest thing. Like when I closed out Kaizen, I was so destroyed. I was just like, I wasn't destroyed because I felt like I failed. I was destroyed because like my fun little playground, like thing was like, dude, the world pooped on my playground because like, you know what I mean? Like Kaizen was always something for the community. It was always something to like try to push my agenda. You know what I mean? I call it the Cham agenda. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
And that's like, you know, like that's art, that's music, that's fashion, that's like free thinking. It's all that. It's love. You know what I mean? So like I use Kaizen as like kind of like my community center. I wanted it to be something like a platform almost, like a magazine. I don't know. And that was probably the hardest thing was like every time people come in there like, yo, what is this?
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, this homeless guy came in yesterday and thought it was a Taekwondo studio. It can be whatever, you know what I mean?
Whatever. Use your imagination.
Yeah.
It's a word technically.
Yeah. Y'all put out the best content, man. Like some of the stuff y'all will put out, I'm like,
like
what in the world? It was this one podcast or something I watched where it's like it kind of looked or sounded like a complete voiceover, like the whole thing on the vision.
Yeah,
I'm like, what are these dudes?
What are these dudes doing? Or that one, one content.
Art.
Yes, and that one when the Carol Bassin thing was so popular. Do you remember that?
Yeah,
you put out content.
Dude, that was my favorite project. That was
so
like the
cool.
last Kaizen big project.
Yeah.
Was the Can Barn hit us up to make like a greatest hits ad.
Okay.
So we recorded and produced 15 snippets.
Wow.
Yeah, in 3 days, and then we made like 15 mini music videos for it.
Yeah.
So like that was just like it was cool because like towards the end of Kaizen, people were starting to pay us to make memes.
Oh, really?
And that's just kind of like the dream. You
For
know?
real. Like, we're just messing
memes,
around having fun.
Memes are like a part of the stock market now, right? Like
Yeah,
Dogecoin, isn't it backed by like memes or something?
Dude, I don't even know. Like 2021 is so wild.
It's wild.
Okay,
man,
speaking
already.
of that, Tyler showed me a Twitter
my
that was
God.
for sale.
Look.
The first tweet ever made by the person that owns Twitter, correct?
That created Twitter.
And it was going for $2 million.
Yeah, look,
What?
tweets are tradable now.
Why?
That's crazy, right?
I can't
Bro.
understand it.
How can you even trade? How does a tweet like? I don't get it, man. That just shows you how money is like not a real thing. Like I can
No.
trade tweets. Like a tweet can make me $2 million.
Do you go on Twitter or nah?
You know, like, dude, I've honestly been cutting off social media.
Oh,
hard.
I feel that.
Yeah.
I feel
Okay.
it.
So like I've been cutting off things that aren't content focused, which is
Ooh,
hard.
I like that
Where-
though.
I like it.
Where like because I put social media into different silos. One is like content, where it's
Mm-hmm.
like there's a medium that it focuses on. Like for me, I like video, so I like
Yeah.
social platforms that are video based.
TikTok?
I'm starting to get into TikTok. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah.
I see the merits, but like I'm always gonna be a classic film guy.
Okay.
Like for me, that's the medium I enjoy is film.
Okay.
Yeah.
But then there's the other social media that is just strictly commentary.
Got it. Yeah.
I avoid that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just because like I'm not the guy that goes to City Hall and then talks in front of everyone. I'm like the guy that goes to City Hall and listens.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then I vote. And then like that that's just me. Except for that one time we had like the whole immigrant ban thing. I went up there and I talked.
Okay. Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
like, but
On the real.
That was
Like-
your part.
like you should have.
Yep.
Yeah.
but so that's how I am in real life.
Okay.
So that's how I am in social media.
Okay.
I've been trying to align the two Chams.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense. I watched a video this morning by Casey Neistat. The video was all about his, I think, older brother. And his older brother just got into YouTube, and he was explaining how, like, his brother, he's been a filmmaker for decades. He never watched YouTube. He
Yeah.
doesn't dive into social media, and he just got into YouTube. I went and watched one of his first videos, and it was like the most poetic,
Dude.
nostalgic
Dude.
projects I've ever seen on YouTube.
Casey's brother?
Van Neistat, yes.
Okay.
Dude,
So
Yeah.
Before we started recording, you guys were like, yo, bring the podcast back.
Yeah, let's
I was thinking about honestly doing it where the podcast is like shot like a film where like it's not like
fire.
straight on lighting, it's backlighting, it's rim lighting, and then there's like
Love it.
fog and then like
Love
volumetric
it.
lighting, and then like not even looking at the camera. It's like so like
Love it.
I've been thinking
like you're
about
put on the spotlight.
yeah,
No.
where it's kind of like it looks like a long monologue from a really good movie.
Love it.
So that's that. Like I've been thinking of like how to bring back the podcast, and
Right.
this is gonna sound crazy, but along with like the rebirth of whatever I'm doing, I want to bring back the podcast.
Right.
Just me,
God.
no guess.
Oh,
Fire.
I like that.
Hey, it's
so
on-
it's just
it's on
Cham's
record.
Yeah.
perspective.
Yeah, it's just me.
It's on record. So if you're thinking about doing something like, ain't nobody beat Cham.
For
I'm not
real.
talking about.
What would you talk about?
Only one Cham.
Oh man, like there are things that like, just like when I'm in the shower, it's the things that I think about in the shower. You know what I mean?
Snap.
Yeah. So like this is a weird one, and I like them to be complex.
Okay.
So like for example, the prince and princess, whatever, just had an interview on Oprah.
Yep.
All right. So the theme was they left the royal family, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And now the division between political sides is like, yo, the queen can't be racist, whatever. And then they're like, yo, the queen's racist. Like, yo, I'm black. They're like, how black is your baby gonna be? Blah,
Yeah.
all that stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm over here like, yo, zoom the fuck out real quick and be
Yeah.
like, why is anyone surprised that the queen of England, a country historically known for colonializing the whole world and enslaving people,
Right.
while she's alive,
Right.
she's like 100 years old.
Wow. For real.
Like they've been doing this stuff while she's alive.
Right.
Like how are you guys?
No
How is
surprise.
people surprised? Like and another thing is like, oh, because Netflix drops one series called The Crown, everyone thinks that the king and queen are God. Like it's like y'all forgot that like yo.
Common sense in a way.
And like the thing for me is like, look, I'm guilty of it too. I call my friends queen. I call my friends king. But I'm starting to think that's a little toxic.
Okay.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm like,
I feel where you're coming from.
You know what I mean? Because I'm like, what are kings?
I say queen and king.
I know that's what I'm saying. But we gotta
because of what it represents.
yeah,
but-
you know, because like historically, kings and queens, none of them have been good.
yeah.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And,
Yeah.
I see your
and
perspective
when
now.
I'm calling somebody a king, when I'm calling somebody a queen, I think what we're really trying to say is like I see the divine energy inside.
You're right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
So like, let's just skip that part. And let's just be like, yo, I see the divine energy inside. You are like a transcendental being to me. You're like, you know what I mean? Like that's how I see it.
Kings
now.
and queens probably were like the Instagram of like 800 BC or
Yeah.
some
But
shit. You know what I mean?
dude,
Because
like-
everybody wanted to be like 'em.
And then I also like I think the name of my podcast is like how woke is Cham? Like that's the name, like that's how like I want to literally take a step out and look at my opinions and then look at them critically.
Right.
Which I think will be hard to do.
Yeah.
But like about the whole queen situation. That like that's just like one example of where I thought I felt a certain way. And I thought about it. Then I zoomed out. And I kept zooming out. Then you keep zooming out.
Yeah.
Then you're an alien. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
You
That's an
you
interesting
are a you're a
yeah.
very deep thinker, I can
Yeah.
see. Wow.
Yeah, that's
Do
an
you
interesting
meditate?
perspective.
Sorry.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, like I do things that people probably consider meditating, but like I don't think it's not a practice.
Yeah.
I space out and look at the outside the window for a long time. You know what I mean? Like I'm a very like I'll be walking and like my girlfriend's been my girlfriend for like 12 years, right?
Yeah.
And like sometimes she's just like she'll lose me because like we'll be in like a grocery store and I'll just see something so beautiful and I'll just be like, wow, just look at it. You know what I mean? Like I just like looking at things. You know what I mean? Like like things that I walk by 100 times a week. If like I drop something out of my pocket, I bend over to pick up, and I see it a little bit different, I'll like cry and shit. You know what I mean? Like I love I love perspective. I like
Observing.
I love framing. Like I just love how like just shifting yourself physically can change the impact of what you see.
Yeah.
Like how it can affect you, you know what I mean?
Yep.
And that's even more exaggerated when you add in lighting and lenses and
Yep.
you know, posing and stuff. So like,
Filmmaker.
Yeah, that's what makes you so creative. And would you relate that to, you know, some things you've been through in the past due to your vision? Because I think it's the actor Terrence Howard. I think he was partially blind or something. And he spoke of like his appreciation for sight and being able to observe things, you know, once he got his sight back or something like that. Don't quote me, but I believe it's him. Would you say it's related to that?
Man, I like honestly, like I've always been spacey. Like I've always like just loved like looking at things.
Okay.
But when I went blind a couple years ago,
Yeah.
and like the doctor was like, yeah, you might not get your vision back. That was the lowest point in my life because I was like, I don't get that back. It's over. You know what I mean? Because like everything I do is visual.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, I I'm glad I got my vision back, dude. Because like honestly, if I never got my vision back, I have no idea what I'd be doing.
I have a question, if you don't mind me asking. Why did you lose your vision,
dude? Of course, let's go.
Yeah.
So I'm like I said, like right when we started that whole self-love, self-care thing, I wasn't doing it.
Okay.
Like when I was freelancing, I would skip meals. I would drink coffee only. I wouldn't sleep. I'd be working like 60 to 80 hours a week, right? That's how I approach freelancing. Like I love creating.
Yeah.
It's the only thing that gives me purpose.
Yeah.
And so like when I'm freelancing and there's no reins, there's no like someone to tell me, yo, chill, I'm never gonna chill.
Yeah.
So I had diabetes and I didn't even know it because of how bad my diet was.
Oh wow.
Like the main word in diabetes is diet.
Yeah.
Right.
So my blood sugar was just all over the place. You know, I wouldn't eat for a couple of days and eat like 6 packets of ramen. You know what I mean? So like doing that does so much damage to your body. When like just drinking a bunch of coffee, not eating breakfast, not sleeping regularly. So diabetes, it attacks what you put stress on.
Because you were so visual, like,
You know,
the
like
camera,
all day,
the screen.
all day,
Yeah.
all day, all day.
Wow. So you were
Then
looking at
I just signed like the biggest contract I signed in my life with Philly Flair.
Oh really?
And I was shooting a documentary and I was on set and my eyes exploded like the blood vessels.
Oh my
It's
God.
like when you drop oil in water and it dissipates. That's what it was in my eyes. And then every time I look around, you could see the oil move and just
snap.
So it was like
wow, I feel emotional right now.
It was like 6 months of that, and I had to do like 2 eye surgeries, dude. And like they fucked up both eye surgeries. One of them, they didn't give me enough anesthetic or whatever. So I woke up and I felt the lasers burning my eyes.
Oh my god.
And then the other one, they gave me like too much. So then like I like shit myself like the next day in my apartment. And they gave me fentanyl, and I was like, I'm gonna be addicted to fentanyl now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like it was like the wildest like experience in my life.
So
That's one thing I respect about your journey with self-love, because you've been through a lot, man. But you've been able to like hang these things up and put yourself in that space where you're focusing on you, your health. I found that really courageous when you told me about that a few months ago. Like,
yeah,
because I know some of the things you've been through,
dude,
and that
like,
takes a lot of courage.
A few months ago, you guys had that pop-up at 8th and Railroad.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, I want to go so bad. And I was feeling guilt. I was feeling so much guilt. So I messaged you that night. I was like, Tyler, I want to support you so bad, bro. You know I believe everything you're doing. It's like, I'd be there if I was healthy. But dude,
don't worry about it.
At that time, that was before I switched my diet.
Oh, okay.
You guys, like, I was throwing up every night for a year.
Really?
Yeah. Until I switched to plant-based. Yeah, like, I have such bad damage from the diabetes internally and stuff, that like I can't handle eating protein.
Really?
Yeah, my kidneys are shot.
Yeah. Well, don't worry about it, because one thing that I talk about a lot is the friends that are of most value to you are those friends that you aren't going to see all the time.
Yes.
Those are the people that are off working on themselves, doing what they have to do for themselves. And every time we get together, there's value, you know?
Yep.
And I think I learned that at an early age as a dancer, because there were certain jobs and gigs that I would work on, and I wouldn't be able to see some of these people that I really looked up to all the time. But every time I saw them, you know, there was more growth. I was happy to see them. There was value in it. And that taught me, like, the friends that really offer me what I need are those people that I don't see all the time.
Exactly. And, you know, you have to be self-absorbed in a sense to grow within and figure out your problems and your healing and your trauma. And going back to plant-based, that really does interest me. I say it all the time. I'm always like, I want to go plant-based, but it's so hard.
How
did you
hot
find
Cheetos, because we snackers. You know
I was
what I
about
mean?
to flip.
Oh, man.
She just put that look on her face. But
Don't
you know,
tell him.
at night when the kids go to sleep and we had a long day of work, we bust out the hot Cheetos.
Dude, that's way harder than anything. Like the night snacks, like dude, being a diabetic, you have to be super regular and you count your carbs and like dude, that's been the hardest thing, is like switching my diet, because it was caused by my diet. And like, dude, I grew up like in like a super crazy traumatic childhood. I can talk about that. Like I need to write a book about it, I guess.
Yeah.
But like just wild childhood. But like the one thing that was always like my like peace and was always the thing that I always go back to is food.
Yeah.
So like you know what I mean, and that's a common thing like in like survival like environments is food is like your basic needs become like the things that are therapeutic because they are basic needs, but they're not seen as basic needs. You know what I mean? Because you're in survival mode.
Yeah.
So like food has always been that for me.
Yeah.
Always.
I can agree with that.
So like when I went blind, I was like, I just want to eat a bowl of rice and I can't. You know what I mean? So it's just like I had to switch what my therapy was.
Yeah.
And honestly, I haven't replaced it.
Okay.
Because now I'm just eating things high in fiber and like vegetable. Like
what do you
I'm
eat?
Destroying like.
So what's like a typical day? Yeah. What do you eat?
Oh man. So like, all right. So essentially I switched to plant-based. Like crazy thing is right when I went blind, I took some bad advice and was like, I'm going keto. Right?
Okay.
So like as I'm going keto, I'm eating only straight meat.
Yeah.
I did that for like half a year.
Okay.
It lowered my blood sugar. But my doctor's like, yo, you're causing kidney damage. You can't be eating protein like this. You have bad body.
Oh man.
So then I started reintroducing carbs, and then now it's like I found out it's about just healthy balance.
Yeah.
So like my breakfast, like if I'm good, like morning will be like light toast with avocado.
Okay.
If I'm bad, it's a toaster strudel, baby.
Yeah.
Breakfast is my cheat meal. Breakfast is my cheat meal, like for real. And then like, or a donut. I'll go hard. I'll go hard on a donut.
Yeah.
Like, I go to Mr. Donuts. I'll grab a donut. Like,
Bro,
who doesn't love donuts?
Next time you're in Chicago,
August.
you know I love you, bro, and I want you to continue to take care of your health. But you gotta check out Old Fashioned Donuts in Roseland.
okay.
Good. Oh
The
my
best
gosh.
donuts in the world. Yo.
Okay. How
Like,
close is that to Joliet?
Oh, that's pretty far.
Okay. I'm not going to Joliet, but you know,
Yeah.
I might stop in Joliet. You always gotta stop at Joliet. Don't ask me why, unless people who know know what's in Joliet.
Yeah, I was just about to ask you why. But yeah, I don't. You want that on?
No, we can't put that on wax. Yeah,
you pick it up. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got some heat in Joliet. That's where my arms dealers are. You know,
It's all good. It's looking. It's looking
I don't
like
know anything.
It's looking
guys,
like we're
so
gonna
I'm
be able to
just
talk about these things more in a few months. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. You get my drift.
No, I'm
You lost?
Yeah, I'm lost. when it
no.
comes to that.
Joliet's the only suburb I know. That's why I always bring it up. I act like it's
Relatable.
Like it's relatable.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. People are like, yo, you. People was like, yo, you been in Chicago? I'm like, no, I'm from Joliet. I'm represent Chicago. You know, like,
I saw this thing.
it's so obscure.
I saw this thing.
The
like
last
this,
suburb of Chicago.
Yeah, it's like an hour and a half away.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's crazy because in my dance days, there was like this dance like studio in the hood, like this dance group. And we took like a bus, like a school bus to Joliet to like this skating rink to do, like it was like some dance battle or something going on there. So that's like my only experience with Joliet.
My friend is Sydney's from Chicago. He was like I met him in SCSU and he always talks shit about it. He calls it Joylet.
Oh
Yeah.
So you're going in August?
Yeah, I'm going
for what?
Sydney's wedding. Yeah.
Oh.
So,
Oh, okay. So go to Old Fashioned Donuts, bro.
Okay,
You have
yeah.
to.
You gotta go there. You gotta go there.
easy.
But
I'm gonna go to Leaders if they're open.
Oh, Leaders goes way back. Talk about
What's
streetwear
Leaders?
fashion.
Yeah,
I've never told you about Leaders.
No.
Leaders.
Leaders.
Leaders is set like the tone for, I would say, startup streetwear fashion in the city.
really,
Yeah.
Leaders actually helped propel Chance the Rapper into what he is now. Early on in his career, he got
Even like earlier Chicago
Yeah.
staples, I'd say like
Yep.
like even the generation before
like Cool Kids,
like
all
Chip
those
the
guys.
Rip, like
Yeah.
Cool Kid, like, even though he's
Yeah.
from Cleveland, like Kids in the Hall, like you know,
Yeah.
I used to like because of Sydney, I used to like mess with like the Chicago scene heavy, and like my favorite director was like Davey Greenberg, you know, like stuff like that.
Yeah.
But No. Like leaders. It's
Yeah.
I feel like they're one of the first. I'm not gonna say the first, but part of like the first wave of like, yo, let's take out some vowels.
Right.
Let's take out some vowels.
So
speaking of fashion,
Yeah.
you have a really good fashion sense. Like,
Oh, girl.
if you would, okay, wait, we're gonna take a picture of his outfit today. Like, I was like, wow.
Yo, this is my wake look. I was like, I knew where I was going, so like, I
you
got
gotta
some
be
looks.
street. You gotta be a little street. a little bit.
Well, I've been like my homepage used to be Hype Beast since like 2004.
Okay.
So like I've been in a fashion since like high school, middle school.
Oh, okay.
Right.
So like
what got you into
it goes way back. Photography, first of all, but honestly, like I got into streetwear pretty heavy, just from my brothers. You know what I mean? Like and honestly, this is gonna sound really weird, but like Rough Riders, like that was the first streetwear brand where it's like, yo, there's Chinese people, there's Chinese like symbols, there's dragons. And so like we were all about like Rough Riders, and then that progressed to like LRG.
Oh yeah.
And then like getting into more obscure streetwear brands. And then like I got huge, like probably like 2009 till like 2013 I was into Japanese denim.
Oh, okay.
So like I probably have a couple grand in Japanese denim.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like maybe
like Eviso and all that.
Yeah. Like I have I did more of like the American brands like 316, Naked and Famous. So like
wow, I'm so behind. I'm sorry.
no, like I got huge into salvage denim.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like I'm a big denim head, and then like that got me into like the American leather scene.
Yep. Okay.
Which like you're really into leather when you like start doing the undyed leather.
Yep.
Because like you gotta let it dye itself.
Yeah.
This color is natural, baby.
You came in looking jiggy today with the leather on.
Real.
When I took your jacket and when it hung it up, I'm like, yeah, this jacket heavier than me.
Like, damn. Hey, look cozy.
Right. My bro went and fought the animal in the field and skinned it right before.
No, dude, that's a vintage LL Bean ladies. I think it's like
way
from like the 70s or something.
Where did you find it?
Dude, so like shout outs to Nicole's ex-boss's husband. This dude is always finding vintage heat on eBay.
Really?
And it never fits him, so I always get it.
Really?
Yeah,
man.
so like
Fire.
look, if anyone's a vintage heat hunter and you're a smaller dude, like I'm gonna give about the best pro tip I'm gonna give right now. Go to eBay, type in Lee Vintage, Lee.
Oh, okay.
It's an untapped vintage brand where the prices are still low.
Really?
Yeah, I've had some of the most heat from that brand.
Ooh, okay.
Write that down.
For real. Have you ever tried Depop? I've been go on Depop. It's all streetwear, vintage clothing. It's pretty dope. I just started using it. You would like it.
I'm trying to.
It's kind of like the Instagram of like consignment.
See, I'm Big Cham. He got me into the brand Tisa, Tisa. So it's like I kind of like that approach too, where it's like you find really vintage stuff, and then you kind of like rebrand it a little bit.
Yeah.
So like I don't know, I'm really liking like scounging like eBay to find like these obscure brands that have heritage. Kind of like I don't know, I want to find the next Carhartt, because like Carhartt in the last 15 years has made this transformation to an international streetwear.
Yep.
And they're an Americana brand before.
Yeah.
So like I'm trying to find these smaller Americana brands that like you can like bring back.
value.
Would you see yourself getting into like resale?
I was just gonna say that.
Maybe. I don't know. I can see myself getting into way too many things.
Yeah.
Like I have so many interests that like I can get really passionate about.
Yeah.
I was gonna say
like,
that.
So you just gotta
it's your
pick and
heart
choose.
for art, man. And like earlier you mentioned you asked Cham if he meditates. I feel that creativity is a form of meditation.
Yeah.
Like when you're creating things and when you're in your zone, that's meditation.
Oh, dude, that like I've been searching for flow state. So like for me, I didn't know it was called flow state before, but like for me, I enter it when I'm shooting. Like when I'm in studio and there's lights and I got my music on, I'll black out.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm like, yo, I don't know how long this shoot's gonna take.
Yeah.
It might be 5 minutes. It might be half a second.
Yeah.
I might hit that button once. We get what we need and that's it.
Yep.
Might be 6 days.
Yeah, that's how I am with modeling. I feel like once I'm in that mood, I'm just
Well, time doesn't exist. Yeah, time doesn't exist.
And it's like,
it goes away.
And it's like after I'm done, I'm like filled with so much energy. I feel like I'm on top of the world. Do you feel like that?
That guy that was on Joe Rogan that walked across Antarctica, he mentioned how he learned how to like trigger that, like tap into that flow state where he would walk for like 16 hours and it felt like 5 minutes, you know?
Yep.
So crazy, man.
Yep, because you're in the zone. You're in another dimension.
I've been trying to induce flow state.
Okay.
Kind of, and for me, like inducing anything is always physical.
Yeah.
So especially flow state because it's so adrenaline based.
Yes, that high, man.
Yeah. So I built a racing simulator, like, and I've been playing like rally simulators. And that's been the thing, man. I just get in there and boom, instantly. It's like, because it's like the most difficult type of driving.
Yeah.
It's really high level, really technical. Like you're using both arms and feet. Wow. And like you have to listen to the co-driver yell out like the turns and stuff.
Dude,
like,
you can do everything, man.
For real? Wait, so you built this? Okay, because
I built a simulator to like drive cars to learn rally. Because like my goal now is to drive rally in real life.
Really?
Yeah, like that's a bucket list.
I'm gonna have to get with you on that like later on because that's like another passion of mine.
Yep.
It's just like cars, like the architecture and everything, the engineering, all of that.
We were talking about cars last night. You're like, because he has a hobby, saltwater fish, and you were telling me how a fish was like $10,000, and you know I was like, well, would you spend that on a fish? And he was like, no, I'd rather spend it on like cars or something with cars and stuff. So
are you okay, let me just ask one car question then. Continent and era, what's the best design?
I would say any old school Lamborghini, man.
Okay.
Just like the nostalgic, like Lamborghini, like the boxy style. Yeah. We actually saw one when we were in Lake Tahoe last summer.
So you like kind of like the vintage European supercar, like that.
Yeah, when I saw one, I'm like, it was just, man. When I saw that thing, I couldn't believe it because I've never seen one in real life. I've only seen like photos of them, and that thing is like crazy.
How small?
How small are they? They definitely are a little bit bigger than, of course, the more modern ones.
Yeah,
a lot more
bigger.
boxy.
Dang.
Yeah. Felt like Back to the Future or something like that, you know?
Again, the edgy style, the boxy.
Yeah. I just love vintage stuff, man.
For me, it's like the 80s to early 90s Japanese sports cars is what I really like because they're like that same design language, but just smaller.
Like even the Supras.
I like the Supras.
Skylines.
RX-7s. Like just the late 80s, really like. Yeah. You should see my car pulled up, and it's a 90 hatchback.
I gotta check it out because I think you put it on your Snapchat story the other day.
Dude,
I gotta check it out. It's
like normal people whack. People who know, they're like, that's lit.
That's how it is, though. That's kind of like how like all of these niche cultures are: streetwear, fashion. You know what I mean?
I love it.
Photography, even because there's like the social media side of photography, just taking a photo, but kind of the art sense of it has been lost through like social media and people taking pictures every day or whatnot. And that's just
not
like
original.
That's the beauty of being a part of like these niche cultures and like having that knowledge in these things.
Talking about niche photographers, there's this girl who her name is Mercedes. I follow her on social media. She'll be like, just about to develop my film, and she's like making ramen and throws her canister in there, like makes a latte on top of her film canister, and then like she shows the results, and it's just like, wow. I'm like, dude, this is like super niche stuff that I enjoy watching, but I'm just like, I would never do it because it's such an insane process.
See, that's what makes it hard for me to believe we evolved from monkeys, man. Like, not to say monkeys aren't smart, but just seeing like some of the stuff that humans do, man, it's just like crazy. Like,
it's complex. We are
science. Like, where did this come from? Where did humans get this? I think it's kind of like backed by greed in a way, but it's something about human beings where we just gotta keep going. Like, we're not gonna go into the world enough like blows up.
Enough is never enough. It's like we want more. We want more. How can we figure this out?
The never ending like need for progress. Like, Dude, so let's talk about the opposite. What have you guys been doing that's made you feel content and happy and like, because like for me, that's what I'm trying to be.
Reading.
That's
and spirituality. I'm really deep into that recently now, and journaling, gratitude, and honestly being to myself and not around people. Because again, I'm like you in a sense where I've always felt the need to be around people, be involved, because in a sense that like made me feel worthy. Yeah. And I've really
you liked pouring.
Yes. Or porn and helping people. I thought you said porn.
Or you love porn.
Oh, we're gonna talk about that.
That's why she likes to be by herself, Tyler.
Anyway.
Now, she spilled the beans.
Good thing I did the hand thing. Like,
I know. I was like, whoa, okay. But
now
anyway.
I know what to do when she by herself.
Yeah.
What?
Slide in there.
Okay.
What you doing?
Okay, next topic. Gosh. But just being to myself. Like, honestly, I ain't got no friends, and I am okay with that. I mean, I got friends.
Well,
but not.
It's defined differently.
Yes,
now.
defined differently.
Here's the thing. It's like, I'm 30.
Oh, I thought you were 20.
See, I'm 30. So here's the thing. Like, right, like, yo, if someone hits me up, like, no one ever hits me up to hang out, which is weird, which isn't weird. It should be normal. Y'all need to stop normalizing hanging out when you're 30. Yeah. Okay, y'all should be doing stuff together when you're 30 that's like either relaxing or like productive or spending money,
elevating,
traveling. But if y'all just sitting there,
not doing
I'm out.
Right.
I'm out.
He's the same way.
Yeah, dude. I
100%.
I couldn't even show up to I think of like a Sunday game day. I couldn't do it.
Yeah, you're just
to go watch a sporting thing like on a TV with a bunch of other dudes and eat chips. I could never do that.
Yeah, it's
because I'm like, dude, there's so many other things we could be doing.
We could be feeding our mind. We could be investing. We could be helping each other, creating. But instead, y'all want to sit here drinking beer, eating.
Shout out to Gen Z because I guess they're killing sports. Like Gen Z is like the only generation where like most of them don't care about sports.
Right.
Like finally.
Yep.
Like I know it's a hot take because like I know everyone loves sports, but like for being like a boomer, I'm one of the boomers that doesn't like sports. You know what I mean? So I was like that's where I'm like, yo, what's up, fellow Gen Z? You guys want to not watch sports together? Like it's
only thing I know about sports is like the heroes of our time. That's the only thing. Kobe, Michael.
I know that like if someone likes LeBron, you tell them Michael's better, and if someone likes Michael, you tell them LeBron's better. That's all you got to do.
That's as much as I know about
That's all you got to do, and then you're in.
That's all you got to know.
Yeah.
But tell us, what is something that's keeping you opposite of content? Or wait, what'd you say?
He asked us what is something that, has been helping us, like feed us, like on a.
Let's go you and then you, because I already said it.
Like what I would like to do is read, but honestly, I think what's been helping me just like become content and like slow down and appreciate stuff is ever switching my diet. Ever since switching it, I have to cook.
Yeah.
So I'm cooking. I'm loving cooking.
I bet you creative.
Dude, I like shout outs to India, the country, because those guys have amazing like vegetarian, vegan recipes. So like it's been nice just like exploring a different part of creativity when it comes to eating. Cause like when I lost food as my comfort thing, I thought I lost it. I just had to think of the approach more creativity, like creatively. You know what I mean? So like it's like now, like the parameters are different.
Yep.
It's like I still can eat, but X amount of this ingredient, X amount of this, and like there's a lot more rules.
Yeah.
But like if you can use like, I don't know how to explain. Like if you can still get the same happiness, starting off gimped.
Yeah.
That's an even better feeling. You know, like it's like I'm a problem solver, baby. It's like so like. I don't know. I think it's like the problem solver in me where it's just like, all right, I like to turn everything into a process.
Yep.
Right.
Where I feel like I accomplished something.
Yep.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like something mundane as cooking. Now it's just like it's just something where it's like I really enjoy it. And like, dude, it's just like before, just like, just go through a drive-through, go pick something up, order something, Grubhub something. Yep. You know, just eat it, feel like shit, whatever.
Yeah. Literally.
You know, but
do
now,
you feel a lot more energized?
Dude, yeah. And like, this is crazy. If I didn't change my diet, I wouldn't be here today. Like you guys, I would be so miserable because like my dogs are old. So like I started a job.
Okay. Yeah.
I want to talk about that.
Yes.
Because I need to talk about that because I love it. But during that same time, my dogs, they're so old. They wear diapers, so they can't go outside anymore. So, dude, I've been waking up at like the same time I started this job. I've been waking up at 3 a.m. every day.
Oh, wow.
It's been insane. Yeah. I'm so tired all the time. Yeah. But like, because I switched my diet, I feel like it's counterbalanced the lack of sleep.
Yeah. I'm gonna hit you up every now and then and be like, Cham, you get you some rest today, man.
For real, yes.
We gotta make sure Cham is getting his rest.
Dude. But eating healthy and plant based, like we are plants, like that. It's coming out of you
honestly,
in such a light way.
Besides the diet and cooking, getting a job.
Yeah, tell us
starting my job.
Yeah, tell us about that.
Here's the thing, guys. The moment I quit my job in like 2014, whenever it was, I was like, I'm never going back. I'm leaving the corporate world. And, you know, in that meantime, I did a lot of freelancing. I loved it. I went blind, killed myself for it. Yeah. And I worked for a lot of like entrepreneurs in the meantime, right? Yeah. And after working with each one of them, I was like, I definitely don't want a job. I definitely do not want a job because I was like, I hate working for entrepreneurs. And I just did. I'm not going to lie because like just where I was, like, I wouldn't say I hate it, but like I worked with some that are really good. People who knew how to scale and had big brands and like understood creative processes. But then most of my clients were a similar position as me where they didn't have a budget. They didn't understand the creative process. They just wanted like a result. Yeah. And, you know, usually I could get them there. Yeah. But when that's the focus, it's the creativity is the compromise. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. So like, so doing that, I was like, dude, I never want a job. Yeah. So like when I closed Kaizen and I was like, I need to do something to focus on my health. Yeah. And then I was like, I'm going to try a job. Yeah. I was like, maybe some structure will help because without structure, I burn out. Yep. So, I like applied to like hundreds. Yeah. On Indeed. And, you know, my resume was like, Cham. And that's it. I'm Cham. Like, I am Cham. I had a job 10 years ago. In the meantime, I've been doing Cham shit. Yeah. And that's my resume, you know what I mean?
I feel you.
So no one hired me. No one even called me for it.
I think it could have been like that idea that you had developed where you like, you know.
Yeah, and like it's not like it felt like every application I was dying. Yeah. I was like, this isn't it. But I was still like, all right, click it, go through the process. And because of that, I was so depressed, guys. Like, this was like during the time you guys had your show. Yeah. I was so unhealthy. I was so depressed. And I was like, I need to figure this out. So, like, as my health started getting a little bit better from switching my diet, I was like, okay, I want a job where I can be a creative person. Yeah. Why am I writing a resume? Right. Why am I writing a resume? Yeah. So I made a video instead.
Is that the reel that you made?
That's someone hired Cham video. I got Ryan to do the voiceover. I wrote it. I wrote all the stuff. And like the same day I posted that, the owner of the place I work for now, he like hit me up on Facebook and he's like, hey, we're growing like crazy. I think you'd fit in. They like made a job for me.
Wow. That is amazing.
Dude, and these guys
that is
awesome, are insane.
You manifested that.
It's so crazy.
That.
You did. Dude, it's like because I was in the corporate world about 10 years ago. Okay. A little less than 10 years ago. Dude, things have changed so much. Yeah. Dude, like working there, it's so crazy. Like I have unlimited PTO.
Really?
I didn't know that was a thing, right?
That is
like
that is nuts.
That is nuts. Wow. Because like I was like, dude, I'm gonna be on a doctor a lot. I have a lot of health issues, and I want to go on vacation. So I was like, PTO is really important to me, and they're like, how about unlimited then?
Wow.
The fuck?
Yeah, so
That's fire.
Yeah.
unheard
I love
of,
that.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like, and like they've already had like a good culture and everything, right? But like, it's so insane to me because like it's so nurturing.
Yeah.
And like, it's my first time like having a job that's like a role that's creative.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Right.
it's like they understand the process.
Exactly.
Where
That's
it's
amazing.
it's like my first week, my boss and my boss's boss were like, "Hey, dude, you're doing really great, but feel free to slow the hell
How
down.
down. Yeah.
Slow down and be more creative."
Do you
Right.
physically have to be there?
No,
Really? So
yeah.
you just
I
work from
produce
home?
everything from home.
Bro, I'm so happy for you,
yeah,
man.
yeah. If you
That-
watch my
that's
snap,
amazing.
I'm working every day. I'm just making videos.
Yeah, and so what? So you just work from home and you send it to them, and
Yeah,
it
and
is what it.
they send me products. I'll like go to the office or the warehouse, pick up new products and stuff, and then
Is it just a whole bunch of different products, or like?
dude, they have private label brands.
Okay.
They have 18 of them. So I'm doing content for the 18 brands. Like
Okay.
I'm making the ads on Amazon.
Oh.
Nice.
And then we're adding 18 more brands. So it's gonna be
wow.
like 36 brands that I'm managing.
Yeah.
And the coolest thing is like I'm gonna start doing like the branding part now too. So like I'm doing the advertising part.
Nice.
But
So
now
you're pretty much marketing too.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So now I
okay.
get to do like the branding stuff. So I get to like create the stories. I get to like make the brand videos that you see that represents like the 1 minute video. Like this is our brand. This is what we do.
That's
So
you.
yeah, I'm gonna do that for 36 brands.
Wow.
It's gonna be insane.
That's amazing.
And they're
36 different brands.
yeah. So I'm gonna be super busy and like they're building me out a studio.
oh,
Yeah, it's insane. Dude, like when I started,
Hey.
like one of the interview questions, I was like, dude, am I gonna have a studio? They're like, yeah, we have these blueprints right here. You can come in here and just tear them up and redraw them if you want.
Wow. Is it going to be at the same facility? And so it's
and
just.
it's a minute away from my apartment. Like it's north of downtown, so it's a 1 minute car drive. It's by the Pen. It's like boom right there.
Oh gosh.
Bro,
you
I
can
bet
take-
that fills you with so much energy,
Bro,
man.
it's
and just
insane.
gratitude.
Exactly. Where is your mental state right now?
Dude, it's like I'm so creative. Like I'm overflowing with creative
Yeah.
energy.
Yeah.
Like it's insane because like now that I have this day job, like they're like, Sam, here's the thing, like you can only work 40 hours a week.
You try to work.
like
80.
like my second week by Friday, because I keep track of my time.
Yeah.
Because I keep track of productivity. Yeah. Like, it's a job. So you keep track of like, all right, this morning I was like working, Like this morning I was up at 3, so I was working at 4 this morning.
Yeah.
Just editing and stuff.
Yeah.
But like my second week there is like Thursday, and they're like, yeah, you can't work anymore.
Do you make your own schedule?
Yeah.
Oh gosh. So you can literally work at
that's-
nighttime if you wanted to.
Yeah,
You can
yeah,
work
yeah.
in the middle of the night from 2
Yeah.
from 2 a.m. to 4 a.m.
Yeah. And like if like my boss is the dopest thing. She's like, yeah, I don't work Fridays.
Oh.
She's like, I just work Monday through Thursday. She's like, you can too.
Wow.
Pick your schedule. And they're like, you can freelance whatever you want.
Who do you work for?
I work at a distributing company.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're based here, but they're in Sioux Falls and Vegas too.
Ah.
We can't say it. We probably can't say it
Yeah.
on record.
Yeah. I don't want to
Okay.
because
Okay.
it's just kind of new.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Okay.
I have a few, like, it's probably going to end up being long
Yeah.
term.
Yeah.
Because, like, honestly, they're like, when I interviewed, they're like, yeah, dude, we want you to grow out the whole department and, like, eventually, like, hire out, like, a team. So, like, for me, that's, like, the
Cham's
dream
the
come
boss.
true. That's a
Cham's
dream.
Let's
Like,
get it.
When I get to that point, like, this is the thing I'm most proud of. I've been there a month, and I got it okayed that, like, I'm collaborating with One Take now.
Wow.
So I'm using
Nice.
their studio to produce now. So like,
Nice.
the company I'm working for is paying Tanner and Dennis directly now.
That's beautiful. That's
So-
that's the
so-
that's the
You
beauty
putting
in like
people
Yeah.
on.
that's
So-
the beauty of community though and collaborating.
So like,
man.
that's what makes me so proud is that like already like 1 month into this, I'm already feeding my homies.
Yes.
And like down the road, I can like hopefully if I do this right, and like I feel like I'm on the right path.
Yeah.
I'm on the right track
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Like I can call up my friends and be like, "Yo, it's time to quit your job."
job. Let's do this
Let's go.
together.
Yeah.
That's one thing that's
Yeah.
awesome about you is because you're working in a creative mindset and you're not greedy with
Dude,
what you are becoming or, you know, your role in that position. Like, you're like, no, I want to help you. I want to help you. And a lot of people have trouble with that.
I've been trying to do that before I had anything. Like, like the first chance I got, I opened Kaizen. You know what I mean? Like, the moment I had any sort of extra, Kaizen was the first thing. Yeah. You know what I mean? It was, so like, to me, like, that's why, like, I'm bummed that we closed it last year. But I'm not sad. I don't regret it.
Better things are coming.
Because it's like, a part of your process. Yeah, you know?
Dude. I got
part of the
like,
journey.
Not everyone can say that they got to open a studio where they did whatever they want for like a year. You know what I mean? Like, and like, we had the mayor on there, dude. Like, how did I get? You know what I mean? Like, the mayor was like, "Yo, this place is cool." Like,
Kaizen will always be a part of like this city's history. Yeah. And you all did like a lot of innovative things. You really did for the community, and I feel like no matter what, it'll always be a part.
And like, I think there's a lot of like people who stepped in to fill the small void. Honestly, like, so like with what Josh is doing with like. V, and then what you guys are doing, and then Tanner and Dennis. Like, dude, I'm so excited and I'm so honored to be part of this community. You know what I mean? Like,
me too.
Same.
This
Likewise.
is like,
I'm right with you.
Like, dude, like, I think about it all the time. Like, we've all had that idea of like, I'm gonna move to a big ass city, and I'm gonna fit in.
Yep.
Man, screw that. Stay in your small ass town and change it.
Change it for the better. Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Everybody's doing that. Everybody's running to LA. Everybody's running to New York.
And that was me, honestly. Like, the first year we were living here, I was like, babe, we got to go to LA. Right. We got to do this. We got to do that. And then I realized once we started getting involved in our community, wait, this is such a dope community, and we can be one of the first people
to be a pioneer.
To change the perspective of streetwear fashion and mental health and self-love and self-awareness. And for the last 2 years of being here, I just feel like Sioux Falls has grown so much. And it's more diverse, more edginess, dude, more city-like.
By far, like, you got, out of all like the brands, like, I think you guys are doing it right. I think you guys are like, it's just so refreshing. And it's just so nice.
Thank you.
Because, like, I remember when the beanies dropped, I instantly caught one. You know what I mean? I was just like, I have to. And, like, that was the first time, you know, and Flyover Country, them too.
Yes,
where it's like, I'm excited for the drops. I want to get something each time type stuff. You know what I mean? Where it's like, and it's like, I talked to V about this, like, 2016, where he was like, yo, this might be, hey, yo, Jam, this year I'm only gonna buy brands from people I know. And you know, like, it's 2021, and I
love him.
I'm like, that's how far behind I'm behind Vonnie. So like, this year I'm trying to only support like local brands.
Yeah,
and it feels better. You feel good about it when you spend your money within your community. Bro, because I know it goes a long way.
Like, because I know, like, when I get like my wake bag, I can like lick it.
Right.
And there's like parts of Tyler and Mona Lisa on there, literally like parts of you guys are on there.
It's the love, it's the passion.
On a molecular level, y'all are on there because you touched it. Like, there's some dead ass skin on there.
Yeah. That's what it is. It's that
it's true,
it's about being intertwined.
Yeah.
I mean, like, and like, that's energy. Like, literally, that's energy. Like, you touched that bag, you sealed that bag, you wrote that note, you put it in the box. I picked it out of the box. You know, I licked the bag. You know,
did you really lick it? Because that's kind of cool. Send a video. Hey guys,
that's my new YouTube channel. It's like unboxings where I just lick everything.
Lick the package. Unbox small businesses. Like, I love this brand.
Welcome to a post-COVID world. Licking mics, public mics. I'm licking mixed nut bars at Wiley's.
Let's get all dirty here.
That was a soundbite, man.
True, man. No, but I just
that brings something came to mind too, because I showed Mona Lisa this the other day. But this dude, one thing that has been helpful for me is saltwater fish. Like, the ocean is crazy, man. It's beautiful. Like, we're so worried about outer space, but the ocean is like a whole
I'm
another
gonna
world.
interrupt you. This is where we're gonna have to disagree, Tyler, because the ocean is scary. Okay, but
It's deep and
Hey,
scary.
I'ma
You
tell-
don't know what's in there.
That is very true, because we weren't even in the ocean at Lake Tahoe. We were in the lake,
And
and I jumped off like this big rock, and I ended up touching like the bottom of the lake, like of the part we were in, like 15, 20 feet down. Like I touched the bottom, bro. And I was so terrified by it. When we went home, I was watching videos of how deep the lake is and everything. Crazy.
That night he was like, babe, we were in this lake. And you know Lake Tahoe is like it's the clearest water.
It's 99.7% pure.
You can drink it. If you're stranded, you can literally drink it and you won't like get sick from it. It's like that.
Yeah.
girl, I'm from
Amazing.
Vietnam. I'll drink out of
Right.
the big sewer. You know?
Hey, I'll drink out of the poop sewer right out there. No.
I'll drink out of Colville Lake.
Right, Colville Lake. No, but speaking of salt water, what you were talking about, that's what.
Where I get my mixed water from, one of the guys there that worked there, he showed me like this giant fish tank this dude has in his house. It's like 10,000 gallons. And I was like, man, that's probably about a $200,000 tank, huh? He was like, more. I was like, man, that's probably like $1 million tank. He was like, he just nodded his head like, yep. He told me the guy that maintenances that tank in that house makes $180,000 a year just from that one tank.
Wait until you see it though. Like it is beautiful.
I'm gonna show you after. It's crazy,
Bro.
man. It's crazy, and that just brought to mind what you're doing. You know what I mean? This is one gig. This can turn into something totally different in the next, year or two for you.
You can
You
be
know what I
building
mean?
out
Like
a
you
whole
said,
team.
Having your own team, and man, I see you doing really great things, and I'm happy for you.
Dude, it's weird because like I never thought I would fit in a corporate structure.
Yeah.
But dude, being an entrepreneur for so long, like I fit so well because I'm used to bending my ass backwards and going above and beyond for everybody. It's refreshing being on a team with other creatives who think like that too.
Yeah.
Like these motherfuckers, like they got my back. They are like fixing my mistakes before I make them for me, and it's amazing.
That's amazing.
Like
yeah.
I have writers. I have like
Wait, like you have your own writers.
they're not my writers.
okay,
They're on the same team as me. Wow. And I'm like, you guys, I don't know how to like approach this like video. I don't know what to like. I don't know.
in a creative.
And they're like, well, here we can help you. We're writers, and it's like, whoa, I've never worked with a writer before. You know,
It's
so
like y'all are helping each other out.
so it's so crazy, and like, I just happened like I know though. Here's the thing, I'm gonna be real. Can we be real for a second?
Go ahead. This is the
Can we
People
be-
Being People podcast.
All right, so like I'm gonna be real. Don't take the Cham approach to this. You're not gonna. It's like I got a 1-on-1 job. You know what I mean? Like the job I got is very lucky, and like I know it's very like situational how I got it and like the path I took.
Yeah.
It's because I was freelancing for so long that I'm in this position. You know what I mean? Like I
You worked
like,
your booty off.
Yeah, like right now I couldn't tell someone like, yo, freelancing's the way, or like just jump into the corporate world. I don't know, because I took a mixed approach.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, but what I do know is that damn, I'm really lucky.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I have like the corporate structure, but the complete freedom to create. And I know it's a unicorn type situation.
Yeah, that's lucky.
You worked for that.
Yeah.
Like you
Yeah.
said.
Yeah.
You worked for that. Like Mona Lisa said earlier, you manifested
Oh,
that.
dude, I'm so damn proud.
And look at
Yeah.
your work though too, like the quality of your work, you can see it in your
Girl,
work.
tell me more.
You
Yeah.
can literally, the quality of your work is a one of a kind.
One of a kind.
Dude,
Your man.
I've learned to love myself this year, guys. I've honestly like last year, if you would have said that, I'd have been like, yo, no.
Yup.
Don't
Like,
say that.
You kind of you feel uncomfortable when people compliment
Nah, I'm
you.
super comfortable now,
you're
baby.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
I gotta be. You gotta be.
You have to.
That's
you gotta
what
be smooth.
confidence is all about.
comfortable.
Because if you don't stand on who you are, if you aren't confident in yourself, if you don't believe in you, the world is gonna write it for
Other
you.
people are gonna tell you
They're gonna
that.
tell
And you know
who
what?
you
I
are.
like being around confident people, man. I like being around people, who like know what they like, know who they are.
Assertive.
Free thinker.
It is so rare, and so I appreciate it when I find y'all. You know, like it's so nice, dude. Like
Man, we blessed to have you in our life.
For real.
I love paying attention to you guys on social media because like for me,
Cham poses?
like y'all and Tanner and Dennis like are my favorite people to follow because it's every day, it's consistent, and that's the only thing that matters. You know what I mean? Like the only thing that matters is like deciding to do it each day, and you guys make that call every day.
Yep. It's the consistency, it's the passion, it's the believing in yourself from the heart. It's really believing in yourself.
The will.
And the will.
Absolutely.
You can't give up.
If it's one thing I took from this podcast today, it's that creativity is meditation, man. Like, and your journey, you know, of self-love and what you've been through within the past year, like super profound. And anybody out there that is listening to this, that is going through something right now, Cham is speaking for you. You know, use his experiences and his life as the example that will propel you into doing the next thing that you need to do for your life, because you've been through some things and all of us out there are going through things, but it's amazing to me how you've been able to overcome these things and still have a great attitude.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do the work.
Even in your darkest moments,
and
still you see.
And one thing I do want to say, if anyone is listening right now and you are in a rut or you are a creative person or like you just for some reason know who I am, which still blows my mind, and you want to talk to someone who does like content creation professionally or like doing stuff in the industry, hit me up. I'm very accessible. Like I am on my computer all day. I'm on Discord all day. Like literally anyone who messages me and has any questions, I will get on a call. I'll talk to them. Voice.
That's awesome.
One-on-one. Anybody.
That's what it's.
That's
that's
the one
awesome
thing
that
I
you
love
give your
about you,
hand
man.
out and that you love people. You love people freely, and like I said,
dude, if anyone's like, dude, there's no one like me growing up that I had to look up to. You know, like the only one successful Vietnamese dude in my neighborhood was a drug dealer.
Oh, really?
You know what I mean? Like he was my neighbor and he was a drug dealer and he had a Corvette in the 90s and it was so dope.
Yeah.
So like I had nothing to look forward to. So like, or like look up to anything like that. So like if anyone is watching this and like you hear anything that resonates or you want to be creative, you just don't know how to get into it, you don't know what the first step is, just hit me up.
Yeah.
Please
hey, give your socials out because some people,
just find me on Snapchat, baby. This
what's the Snapchat name?
It's like some pants. No, Instagram.
Oh, it really is some pants, isn't it?
Yeah, there's some pants in my name. No, Instagram's probably the easiest. Cham_Phan, Phan.
You hear that?
Let's get it.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being on here.
You guys, I'll be back because look, here's the thing. You guys know I got into photography because of fashion. I think I got some chocolate on me. I got to photography because of fashion. So I got some designs in my head. So we're gonna collaborate. Yeah.
Hey, spring summer is
Ooh,
spring summer about to be hot.
Ooh, you guys just wait.
Yeah, they ain't ready for my men's crop top booty shorts, baby. Let's go.
Let's go take a photo right now.
Let's go.
Hey, this is people being people. Everyone, go make it a great week. Go crush it. This is your man Cham. Self-love isn't an easy journey,
especially when you came from a really broken place inside of you.
It's an everyday joy.